Hi, this is Brian Russell with Walking and Talking Spirituality. Thanks for taking a walk with me, and this is hopefully my thought for Holy Week. This year I've been thinking actually pretty seriously about the text from Luke's Gospel where Jesus looks down at the soldiers who are crucifying him and says, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." And to me, that epitomizes the gospel. And when I think about Jesus, again, there's a lot of Jesuses that you can narrow your focus to. But when I think of an image for Jesus, I think at least in 2022, where I am at this point in my spiritual formation, that's the Jesus that I most want to be like. The Jesus that, out of a posture of surrender and actually really love, can actually turn the table on violence. And even though it's not going to save his skin, he forgives those who actually are executing him. I love that. But let's pull back from there just for a minute, because that's kind of the end for Jesus. But let's pull back to a remarkable scene that's recorded in all four Gospels that takes place when Jesus is arrested. The group comes out to arrest Jesus, and in Matthew, Mark, and Luke, there's an unnamed person who picks up a sword and lops off the ear of one of the arresters. But in John, we find out it's Peter. Jesus says to Peter, "Peter, put away your sword, put down your sword." And then in all four Gospels, Jesus actually heals the ear of the person and surrenders. You know, the remarkable thing about that for me is, again, you take a look at Peter. Peter's going to have a really rough few hours there right around Jesus' arrest and his crucifixion. But it starts with him doing something courageous on the surface. He grabs a sword and wants to fight for Jesus, right? But then soon that's going to turn to the exact opposite, which is going to be weakness, and Jesus is going to deny Jesus 3 times, just as Jesus had predicted. You know, where I'm going with that, I think you can't ponder these types of texts too much. Again, I said in my own life, I really want to be that Jesus that can say, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." But I suspect deep in my heart, be a lot more likely first to come out fighting, but nothing except stubborn, resilient in different places in my life and not willing to give up. But Jesus says, "Put away your sword." When I read that, it's like, what does it mean for me to put away my sword, even today? Again, I look to become that kind of person that can instantly surrender, trust to God's bigger plan, and forgive. But I'm still thinking I need to hear that, "Put away your sword." What about you? Anyway, this reflection leads me to one of my favorite prayers, because I can't think of anything more appropriate than, "Lord Jesus Christ, Son of God, have mercy on me, a sinner." Hope you have a really blessed and meaningful Holy Week. If we think about Jesus' final days, his suffering, death on the cross, then we look forward to the vindication of the resurrection. But don't go too quickly by those passages. What would it look like for you to put away your sword and invite God to continue to work in your life, that you could extend forgiveness even at perhaps the darkest moment of your life? Till next time, live by faith, be known by love, be a voice of hope to others. Let me know if I can serve you in any way. Show up, pay attention. God's got way more invested in this than we do.